Hi guys, so we're just going to continue on the notes that we started yesterday on evaluating expressions. We had skipped over numbers 5 and 6. So number 5 says we're evaluating negative a squared. But what you'll notice is that a is a negative number. So we're going to have two negatives here. The negative that you see right now in front of the a squared gets written down. And then when we substitute a, we put parentheses always. Every time we substitute a number, we put negative 5 squared. And the common mistake is to get confused whether the answer is going to be negative 25 or positive 25. So what we do is we follow order of operations. Order of operations says exponents have to come first. Negative 5 squared is positive 25 because negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. But this negative that was on the outside of the parentheses is like a negative 1 that's multiplying by that answer. So negative 1 times 25 ends up giving us negative 25. Okay, so yeah, two negatives make a positive, but not when you have an exponent to do first. Okay, like if it was just negative 5, that's positive 5. But because we had the exponent, well then I couldn't do the negative first. What I had to do was I had to first do the exponent and then multiply by negative 1. All right, we're going to look next at example 6. Example 6 says a squared minus b squared. Again, every time you put a number in for a variable, you need parentheses. So I'm doing it like this, like plug in negative 5 with parentheses squared. Bring down the minus sign and then new parentheses for the number that's b, which is negative 10 squared. The squared always goes on the outside. Negative 5 squared is positive 25. Again, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 10 squared is positive 100. But then I have this minus sign here. I'm going to bring it down. 25 minus 100 is negative 75 because you're subtracting a bigger number. Okay, yesterday we worked on examples 7 and 8. So I'm going to go down to example 9. You might want to pause the video right now and try example 9 on your own. So what I like to do is if I have a whole set of parentheses that's being squared, I like to just make it very obvious that the parentheses has to be simplified first. So I put the parentheses squared, and then inside the parentheses there's a negative in front of the m, and then m is negative 3. So I have negative 3, and we usually put parentheses again every time we plug a number in. Then there's a minus, and then n is a negative number, so parentheses negative 6. Now, if you're getting confused with all the parentheses, what you could do is you could change the outside parentheses here into brackets, and it makes it a little bit nicer looking. Okay. Inside the parentheses has to come first, or the brackets, negative 3. Now, there's no exponent here, so this just becomes positive 3. And then negative 6 is positive 6. The exponent is on the outside, which means it's on the answer that you get after you finish the parentheses. This means square the answer after you finish the parentheses. So inside the parentheses I have 3 plus 6 is 9, and I am squaring 9, which is 9 times 9, 81. Okay. The next thing you see there is, you know what, we're going to stop there. You guys we'll work on absolute value another time, okay, in our next class. All right, so work on this. Use your notes to help you with homework, and I will see you guys on Friday. Thanks.